I made a huge mistake and I don't want you to do the same thing. I truly thought that I was gonna blow up overnight when I started TikTok. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to get to your first 10,000 followers on TikTok. And I do have a little disclaimer. Although followers don't equal success, I understand that getting new eyes on your business, on your product, or on your service will definitely help. I also understand that getting the followers is something that we can't control, but if we take the right actions, it's just truly inevitable to get to that point. So let's go over a few milestones before you get to the 10,000 mark. Once you hit your first 1,000 followers, you will not only be able to go live, which is going to be a huge game changer in growth, but also put the link in your description. Now, it used to be that you needed to have 5,000 followers in order for you to do the TikTok shop affiliate, but recently they were able to lower it to 1,000. So that first 1,000 followers is everything. You want to be consistent. You want to post as much as you can consistently, higher quality if possible, but really just testing out different types of content in order for you to get to that first 1,000, because that 1,000 is everything. Now, once you get to the 10,000 mark is super cool. This was something that I truly wanted to do because of the playlist, like the playlist on YouTube. You can put a whole bunch of videos that go next, and that way your audience can know how to navigate your videos. You can also join the creator rewards program once you get to 10,000. So there's just different ways to be able to monetize your content. Getting tips from your followers starts at 100,000 followers, but let's just focus on the first 10. Now let's get down to business. The very first thing that you need to do is consume and study the platform. You have to study the behaviors of the consumer. You have to study the way that you consume content. What is it that attracts your eye, even if it's not in your niche? I hear this a lot. Sanya, I am not growing on TikTok. When I ask them, well, how often are you even on TikTok? Not even just posting, just consuming the platform. The answer is usually I haven't. Because the reality is you need to become a consumer in order for you to truly understand the platform. Even if you think that you're too old or I'm not young, this is just not my thing, they're gonna ban TikTok, whatever story you have around it, we're gonna get rid of it today and we're gonna start consuming the content strategically. That means put a timer on and truly look for hooks, look for what attracts you, look for what you like, and save all of it. Make sure that you make time for your research. Now, the cool thing about TikTok, which I fell in love with, is that you don't have to be fancy. For the most part, every single video on my TikTok, no brows, no lashes, no makeup. I love that. But your audience usually loves that too. That authenticity is everything. So keep the authenticity. People want to feel like they're FaceTiming you. They want to feel like we're literally having a chat and just hanging on the couch. Which brings me to number 2. You need to niche a little. I know that niching is so scary and it's just like, I really don't even want to think about niching. I am multi-passionate. I want to sell everything, and good for you. Welcome to the club of being multi-passionate. What I need you to do is go on ChatGPT and ask for the 20 most profitable niches and see what you can fall into. The niches go hand in hand with profitability. And if you're here, you don't have to monetize everything. I was just telling somebody this the other day. Not everything has to be monetized. I love plants. I'm a plant mom since a year and a half or so. I mean, I could make an ebook for it. I could make a class. I could make how to grow plants in an apartment masterclass. But there's some things that don't need to be profitable. You can focus on one thing. If you go into this thinking with a whole bunch of pressure, like I need to niche down no matter what, pressure, anxiety to the max about niche, then you will stress out about it. And at the end of the day, it doesn't become fun. Your niche gives you the opportunity to keep you focused on the ultimate goal. Whether you have a course or have a product, that niche will help you find your tribe faster. That's how I like to explain it. Let's say that you picked health and wellness. I have an example that I wanted to show you. Super cute. His name is Jesse James West. I love everything he does. He's funny. He does not necessarily pranks. His sense of humor is just like super dorky, funny. I know that this is YouTube, but I want to just show you the overall idea of niching down. Health and wellness, right? Another health and wellness channel is, I want to say Mick or Meek. This is purely tutorials. So that's different already. Jesse James West. This is more entertainment based. This is more more educational based. And then if you scroll down to Brittany, she is more lifestyle, more vloggy, more like get ready with me, come to the gym with me and do glutes. Does that make sense? So let me ask you, why are you so afraid of niching down? You are going to find your people if you do. Even the influencers that say I don't have a niche, they definitely do. Whether that's beauty, wellness, specifically on hair, they focus more on their makeup, whatever it is, the successful people have it. I work with women in a beauty product company. A few of them love the influencer route. They love to incorporate fashion with beauty. They love to incorporate makeup with beauty. And then some like to incorporate wellness with beauty. Some girls talk about their 9 to 5 and how they incorporate this product. Some girls talk about their curly hair. A few girls are stay-at-home moms, so they can incorporate that lifestyle. You can niche down and it doesn't have to be so stressful. Just think about it as a way to find your tribe faster and stay focused without stressing out. Okay, let's get to work. Finally work on cleaning up and getting your profile ready to attract your ideal client. First things first is we are going to clean up your account, but you need a profile picture. I personally have an AI generated one. Here's the deal. At the time, I wasn't feeling good about my brows. Didn't have a haircut yet. I just was not feeling it. I went on Secta and I uploaded about 30 selfies, different ones, different lighting, I have 30 pictures of me. And what it did, it spit out so many cool pictures. If you go see my profile, that's actually an AI photo. I think it looks like me. Maybe I'm being too optimistic, but it did a pretty good job about my hair. And what it does is it brings different aspects of all of the different pictures to make the best version of you, are all airbrushed and cute and pretty. And I love it. The next thing I want to make sure that you focus on is your name. I mean, if you're the Wi-Fi cactus queen, that's great, but what do you actually do? What if you do nails? Do you only do cactus nails? Make sure that you're clear. I'm all for different names and all, but how am I going to be the most clear possible to find my tribe, find my ideal client? TikTok bios are very limited in space, so make sure that you make every single character count. And it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're a DJ, you're a beauty influencer, if you are a course creation platform, be as clear as possible when it comes to your bio. And of course, having some sort of call to action, whether that's free ebook, book now, shop now, subscribe. And listen, if you don't have a link in bio yet, here's a little trick. Add your YouTube channel or your Instagram and you can say DM now and then point to your Instagram icon. One mistake that I see is trying to use fluffy words. You need to be so clear. The creator of Story Brand, the actual book, he talks about if you confuse, you lose. That means if you're saying, I'm gonna help you glow up and have a unicorn mindset. What does that mean? You need to be so specific about what you're doing. And that comes with my next point. The link in your bio needs to be clear. I try to keep it very clean and I use something like Snipfeed for that. A free downloadable is available on that, but you can also embed a video. You don't need 400 affiliate links. I think that you're confusing. Like, what do I click on? That's crazy. Why am I scrolling for so many links? Let's get to class, okay? That was your warm up. Number 5 is the type of content that you're actually gonna post. And this is a whole masterclass on its own. There are 3 types of content that you're gonna be creating. There is top of funnel content, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel content. Once you bring them through all of that is when you make a sale. The point of that top of funnel is for you to reach more people. Like, you want everybody and anybody to go through that. Obviously your ideal client. This looks like motivational stuff, inspirational, personal growth, personal development, motivation or pep talk, or telling her like, girl, you can do this. Your story, your transformation. Income claims, don't love them, but I understand why they work. I suggest that you focus more on the success story aspect. Like, look, this is what I'm able to do. This is a side hustle that brings in this much, but why? I wouldn't do this every day. Take it with a grain of salt. I know that there are a lot of people right now in the digital marketing space. Income claims is the way that they make money. They make money showing the money that they make. Those are humble brags, are amazing, and they will continue to grow your audience. Trending is great. They're fun, depending on what song is popping that day, that month, week, whatever. Focus on it. If you can do it, why not? Jump onto the trend. Disclaimer, trends can distract you, especially if you are not focused on your niche. So be careful with that. If it doesn't work with you, don't use it. But if it doesn't distract you, why not? Now let's talk about middle of funnel content. You're taking notes? Tell me in the comments, what is your favorite takeaway so far while I tell you what middle of funnel content is. I feel like I'm stuttering a lot. Geez, too excited. Okay, middle of funnel. Think about it like nurturing content. They already came and they're here to stay. They want to be entertained, educate them, bringing awareness to what it is that you do, double down on your story, tutorials, tips, explanations, making sure that you have that authority in your niche. Different mistakes would be good, like 10 things I would have done if, 5 things I would have done if I started just now. Sprinkle in some evergreen. This is the best thing. Evergreen is things that you can constantly use over and over that's not going to expire. So for example, I have a hair product. I can give them evergreen content. How to do an oil treatment, how to use a scalp scrub, how to take care of your hair at night. That's evergreen content. That's going to be relevant today and in 2 years. One thing that you can do is go on TikTok, type in evergreen things and see the different ideas that come up. If you're in fitness or in health, you can say healthy recipes or how to dress. If you're into fashion, how to dress for my body type, like a man, like Lil Yachty. So all of these different how-tos are for evergreen content. You can use YouTube, you can use Pinterest, you could use Answer the Public, so many different forums out there that have frequently asked questions, or you can use plain Google. Moving on to bottom of funnel content. Bottom of funnel is designed for people that are very close to making a decision, to purchasing your product, to booking with you, to signing up with you, ultimately to making a purchasing decision. It's not just buy. I mean, you need to tell people to buy, but this is the way that you're gonna do it. So let me give you an actual list. Detailed product or service review, before and afters, or a case study. A list of features and benefits. Now, take this with a grain of salt, okay? Because not everyone cares about the fact that it's vegan, the fact that it's made in the forest of the Amazon. There are buyers that are very analytical, and you need to tell them every single thing that they're gonna get. They are very focused on the facts, and you need to tell them, what are the facts? What am I getting? I suggest that you focus on the emotional side, telling your story, telling them how are they gonna feel when they buy your thing, but you need to tell the features because there's that one small percentage of buyers that need to know that. Next one, comparison with your competitors. Now, going back to this, I don't think that you need to show the brand like, oh my God, listen, Pantene Pro V sucks, but like mine is the best thing ever. You don't need to do that. I think that's personally gross. You can block them out, or you can show certain ingredients, even if it's a familiar bottle. I just personally think it's kind of weird to bash. I don't know. What do you think? Some sort of Q&A. This would be awesome if you maybe have like a live video and you shorten up questions and repurpose that. You can also do a day in life. Like, what exactly does she do all day on her phone? This is a juicy class. Yes? Is this even a class? I have to change the lighting a little bit. It's getting kind of dark. Getting the attention of your viewer. Your hooks. A good hook is essential to capturing the attention of your people, making sure that they're like, okay, this girl knows what she's talking about, and just like catching them. It doesn't have to be so complicated, okay? A good hook is essential for your email, for your YouTube videos, obviously TikTok, we're talking about that, for your reels. Start with a question. That's usually pretty simple. Start with something provocative, which I'm still working on. I don't like to be controversial, but the one that does get me attention is, this may be controversial, but
if I started TikTok this year from scratch, this is what I would do. Here are 5 ways to achieve XYZ. I just came from blank, and this is what happened. Give them a glimpse of what's gonna happen at the end of the video, and that way you can wheel them in.
And number 3, use storytelling techniques. I love the way that Keith Lee makes it so simple. When he's talking about something, he says what he's gonna talk about, and then he says,
the next time on a food tour is officially here. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Like, so simple. We overthink things so much sometimes, and he is just so simple, and he gets results. And number 5, you can definitely add some sort of fact. Like, look, this is the fact. Grab that attention. Create a sense of urgency. And you can also use sense of humor. Like, if that is you, if that's who you are, be you. 2 of the hooks that totally popped off my channel.
Your YouTube channel, and I feel like a lot of you already know this.
It didn't matter that I looked hella crusty with a mom bun, because that alone hits a chord. I'm telling them, I feel like you already know. They're like, I do know it. Another hook that I didn't even know, this was the very 5th and last video.
Here are 5 things I wish I knew before I started my YouTube channel, part 5. I think I think we're on part 5.
The first 4 didn't pop off. The last one popped off. It was in the car. I didn't have a mic, which you probably should, but it's honestly the information in that hook. I actually have 100 hooks that I brought together on what's been working for me and what I've seen go viral. So I'll leave all of that information right below this video. Now let's record your video. First things first, you need some sort of mic. Way better if you have better sound. And the cool thing about that is that you can repurpose it to the other platforms. I personally like this. This is one of my newer mics, and I love that you can hook it up to any of the iPhones. So it comes with little connections, and I think that that's something that we don't talk about often. We just buy the $2, $3 TikTok mic, and honestly, if you're in this for the long haul, just invest. I know that I saw this for like $100, just the one. You can also get something like this. This one was less than $100. Invest in something a little bit more. Hold off on buying the $20 mic, or just use your headphones, and then you can upgrade to something a little bit better, like this one. The lighting, just make sure you're in front of a window. I just opened the blinds because the sun was in my face, and the lighting looks pretty good, right? I do have lighting around just in case, so if it's nighttime, I do try to go in front of a selfie light, the little clippy lights, the Alex Earl light. That would be definitely a better investment. Tripods, I have like the humongous, super tall one, but I also have the handheld ones. I'll also link all of the creator tools that I like to use that are the most affordable and higher quality, and I'll also give you the alternatives too. The actual recording of the video, you can literally just open your phone, turn on the camera, and record. That's completely fine. And guess what? Sometimes those videos go viral. But I'm talking to you if you are not confident on camera, you don't know how to have high energy on camera, and you've never recorded a video. So stick around. First things first, plan and script your content. This is how I did it. I was very strategic with my videos. I wasn't just turning the camera on. When you plan and script your videos, you won't be stuttering and hey God, no. You know exactly what you're gonna talk about. When I mean script, you might want to get a notebook and like script word per word, but just get a notebook and kind of brainstorm, what do you want to do? And for the most part, if you have bingeable content, meaning one video can roll into the next one and can roll into the next one, that's when people are gonna stay. Number 2, plan your hook. Grab that viewer's attention and making sure like, come, stay here with me. You hooked me in. Perhaps it's a hook, or maybe it's a question directed to your ideal client. Number 3 is structure your content with a beginning, middle, end, and taking your audience through a journey. What works really well for me is showing something. So showing what I'm writing, showing the book, showing the product that I bought. So I start with the hook, turn the camera around, show what I'm talking about, turn the camera around, and finish it that way. Which brings me to my 4th one, using props. Sometimes I'm gonna have to prop up the phone, right? Put it up, and then if I'm talking about something, I demonstrate it. That's why turning the camera around and showing my computer when I'm speaking about something is so captivating to my audience, because they're not just seeing my face like, you know, bored. Number 5, share personal stories. Talk about your humble brag. Talk about the people that you've helped. Tell stories of back in the day about people that you helped or didn't help. People love gossip. People love chisme, which brings me to number 6, emphasizing those emotions, whether that's humor, inspiration, empathy, chisme, all of that, making that moment memorable for your viewer. Practicing pacing. One thing that you're not going to get good at if you don't practice is getting in front of the camera. That sounds like a given, but if you have not spoken in front of the camera, it may feel weird to just ramble, and that's why rambling starts. Rambling is so boring. Nobody's gonna want to hear your entire story if it doesn't have an actual flow, and you're not gonna get good until you actually practice. Varying the speed of your tone, pausing, creating that emphasis, and even speaking with your hands. That's definitely something that takes practice. Remember that practice makes perfect, and refining your storytelling skills is gonna come with practice. You're not gonna know how to do it like if you don't do it. If you need a content calendar, that might be your solution. You might not be a planner, but when you first start, you do need a plan at home, girl. So how often should I post? Well, depends.
TikTok wants to push out your stuff, but if you're only posting once a week, they're not gonna be pushing it because they know that you're not gonna be posting often. Make it a goal to stop focusing on blaming the algorithm. Instead, make better videos to find our ideal client and our ideal ideal client can find us too.
Here's the thing, posting something one time a day for you might not be enough. I know that there are people out there saying you don't need to post more than one time, but you do when you first start. Why? Not only do you need to get comfortable with the platform needs to understand what you're posting, but also you need to get the confidence. It's not necessarily just to post, it's so you can get better, so you can learn the pace that you need to speak at, so you can learn how to reply to the comments and get into the habit. I would say commit to doing it one time a day for the first 1 to 2 weeks, track it, then bump it up to AM and PM, test it out, see which time works better. Let's say you do 8 o'clock and 7 p.m. And if 8 o'clock is way better, then change up the time. Maybe you can do 12, 8 and 12. See what is better. That way you can get into that momentum. If you can, and if that is perfect and you're continuing to grow, then keep it that. But if you're not growing, let's figure out another time. Let's add a third video. Let's add different types of content. That posting schedule is only something that you can personally determine. What you can commit to and also what's gonna end up being beneficial to you and pretty much the best use of your time. If this video is valuable at any time, I would truly appreciate if you can give it a thumbs up, perhaps subscribe so we can grow and reach the people that want to grow on TikTok too. My friend Derek, I absolutely love him. He just started TikTok and he was trying to do all these super fancy edits. Like he told me that one of his videos took 8 hours, which came out beautiful by the way. But now he's doing walks and chats as he walks to the gym. And he's already gonna walk. He's already thinking, and now he's just really documenting his thoughts. And it's gonna be a simple way for him to be consistent when creating his content. A calendar or a planner or something like that. That can be a way that you really focus on documenting not only your goals with your platform, but also the way that you're going to distribute your content, especially if you're going to be serious about this. Let me show you a Notion calendar / template that you may want to use when it comes to your TikTok.
This Notion content calendar planning dashboard. Notion has a content template itself, but it's pretty basic. Your content pillars, keep it in the bottom or feel free to remove it as well. Same thing if you don't use Instagram anymore or TikTok. This is your full calendar view. You can add something, schedule it, and it'll come up on your calendar. The newsletter, it takes you to the newsletter. So my content pillars look something like this. I talk a lot about content creation, digital products, video platforms, entrepreneurial mindset, and personal branding. When you look at your graph like this, it's going to be helpful when you're creating your content. Sometimes when we just get stuck, we get stuck on, okay, what should I talk about? I don't know how to promote my stuff. I don't know how to sell my coaching program, whatever that is. This is going to help you. Moving on to TikTok and Instagram is pretty straightforward. It's just an idea board. I'm going to be honest, I don't use Instagram one. I am using more of the TikTok one. And then at the very end, it's a few resources. The TikTok tips is something additional that I created, which is just pretty much the main videos that I've been using to guide you regarding TikTok. And then at the very end, the year of emails. I think this is a really good starting point for you to be getting organized with your content. That's really what I wanted to be able to create for you and also myself. Download your Notion template, start playing around with it. And if this is too much right now, like your content pillars is just way too overwhelming and you just want to use your TikTok planner, for example, like you want to just start thinking about ideas and things like that. And then once you get your idea, you can record and send it to edit it, all of that. This is something that you should definitely use. The point is to just start developing some sort of system in order for you to get organized and stay consistent.
In this next section, we are going to record our very first TikTok. Super simple, no editing at all because you honestly don't need it. Let me move right here so I can put my little screen up. First things first, you are just going to speak straight into the camera, okay? Because I feel like we overthink this, but the best way you're gonna do it is this way. So I personally like to do the 10 minutes because I can edit it, and here we go. Why is nobody talking about how expensive content creation is? So if you see, I already have my hook, I already have my script, everything that I'm gonna talk about, and when I mean script, I have a few bullet points that I wanna talk about. So with that being said, every single time I have a thought, because I don't want to just ramble, I'm going to press what I'm going to say and then stop when I'm going to my next thought, if that makes any sense. So I'm actually recording all my YouTube videos today, and all of these gadgets, they're pretty expensive. Okay, so remember what I talked about, like be entertaining, be engaging. I have everything that I need and I want to be engaging. So I'm going to be showing the camera. I'm going to talk face to camera, and every single thought, like I said, every time I have a new thought, I press it and then I let go. So first things first, I used to have that $20 mic and then I upgraded to this super cute mic. But on top of that, I bought a whole bunch of other mics. Okay, before I like ramble and say and if and all of that stuff, you know, we just want to make sure that everything's fine. This, I bought a set and it was like $300, which, you know, it's a little much, but definitely worth it because I can use it not only for my phone, but I can use it for my camera right there. Let me reset really quick. Okay, so now it's coming up to like a minute something. I'm going to end it and I'm going to link stuff onto that. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you want to start creating digital products, I'm not saying done for you products, your very own from your very own niche, make sure to comment ready or click the link in my description to read a little bit more. Bye. Okay, so I have the video, it's already done and I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it because I wanna make sure that it's done well, but the good thing about me doing the pauses is every single cut, I know that I probably paused a little bit, so that's gonna be super helpful for the editing. So I'm gonna press that little red. Why is nobody talking about how expensive content creation is? So I'm actually recording on my YouTube. So this little button right there on the upper, that's where I can see all of the videos and the footage that I have. So if you see, I already have this delayed start. I am going to drag this to make sure I don't have any pauses. That's the thing about TikTok. Not that it has to be super fast, but they do need a little bit of more retention editing. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna go through, that looks like I'm done, and then look. So I'm pretty much gonna do that. See right there? I wanna make sure everything is. So I'm gonna go through that. The next thing I'm gonna do is add captions. This is a non-negotiable for me, especially if I'm editing inside the TikTok app. So I'm just gonna go to text, captions, and it will automatically do the captions for me. I try to keep it visible. I don't try to do anything too fancy because the font needs to be readable. So usually I like to do something like bold. Yeah, that's pretty much the font that I would use. And I'll put this right here. Perfect. So that looks pretty good. The next thing I'm gonna do is add a title. Okay, what does that look like? Well, I'm gonna go to text again, and then I'm gonna add the text, and I'm gonna do the typing of what is the video about. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Content creation. And you know, this may be controversial. People might say, no, it's not. What are you talking about? Like, you don't have to spend that much. And that's kind of what I want. So that's expensive as 8. I'm going to put it for 10 seconds. I'm pretty much going to leave it. And then right here at the end, do you remember that I said something like, as have to reinvest into your business if you're taking content creation. It's a business. This is where I'm going to add text again, and I'm going to make it yellow this time. I'm going to put a link, and I'm going to put create your digital product because I have an offer. It's a starter offer, like it's literally super affordable, but it's something that can help create your digital product. And I'm gonna put it pretty much right here. Cool, and that's it. Why talking about how expensive content creation? I'm actually recording all my YouTube videos. Okay, so next, let's say you're all done, it's perfect. Now we're gonna make sure to optimize our post with the caption, the thumbnail, quote unquote thumbnail, and all of the above. So you're gonna press next, and now you're gonna write a little bit about what it is that this video is about. Now, you don't have to overthink this, and it doesn't have to be a huge Instagram caption, but you do have to have some sort of search engine optimization in there. I like to add a video. This is an idea that I got from YouTube, and I go into videos, and I link a video that either needs more attention or one of my pinned videos. I'm gonna put the one that says blow up in 8 weeks, which is a pinned video, and it talks about my signature course. And then I just put watch this next. And now I go into my hashtags. This is something that you should already have researched. Now it looks like everything is fine. I'm not gonna mention anything, but I am going to put my location and add a link of the products. So it's pretty cool how you can link it. You can either, when you do add link, go to products, and it should be on your showcase. If it isn't, you can go to add more products and look for the product that you want to link. If you've used it already, if you bought it already, whatever it is that you want, you can do that. So once you have that, fix any of the privacy settings. For example, I am going to allow comments. I'm for sure gonna turn on the duet if needed, and other people can add it to the story. One thing I highly suggest that you do is don't let people save it to their device. It's just a little bit easier for people to steal your content. People are gonna steal it if they're gonna steal it. Like it's a given, but I just don't make it easy for them. You know what I mean? So everything looks like it's it. And one last thing is that thumbnail, quote unquote, which is the cover. So I'm gonna go to select cover and write something on there. That looks perfect. And then I'm just gonna post it. Now the next thing to do is to make sure that you respond to every single possible video that you can. And guess what? If you have no comments, I want you to comment to yourself and press part 2 or something that you can reply to. And what does that look like? I would put reply and go to this little camera, and then I would start recording. Okay, let's just say I'm recording right here. Test 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's just say recording right here. Test 1, 2, 3. So when I come here, let's just say I'm recording right here, test 1, 2, 3. Let's set duration, and I can put it at the end. That way you don't want anybody to see it or whatever. There you go. So you can do the same thing that I just told you and then reply to yourself. That's another quick trick. Cool. How easy was that? How to make a quick video. Is there other ways to make videos? Absolutely there is. I will link a few videos below for you, but essentially you don't need it. You honestly just need to get it done. Now, when it comes to captions and hashtags and all that, you should do some sort of research. So let me play you a quick snippet of how to research your hashtags.
What is SEO? SEO is what people are searching for. SEO is search engine optimization. So when you go on Google and you type in certain things, YouTube or Pinterest, that is SEO. I've talked about it before. I wanted to figure out what happened with Adam Levine. Like, what? Why is everyone talking about him? I went on TikTok and I said, what happened with the first thing that came up, because the SEO is so amazing. This is how you're going to look for your terms that are going to help your videos rank and find your ideal client. Go into the search bar of your TikTok. Look up things that you want to talk about. So let's say I'm going to be doing more like healthy mom things, mom morning routine. So look at everything that comes up. It's just like YouTube, just like Pinterest, just like Google. Not only video ideas, but it's also hashtag and title. Previously, I was talking about making sure that you do the last 3 months. Here's the thing. The algorithm changes so much. Play around with what's going on. What happened yesterday? What did they post this month? If you have an iPhone, screenshot that, copy paste those, and have them the same way that you used to have your hashtags for Instagram. These are searchable. We're going to put pause, go into an SEO checklist. You're going to either record or upload your video, get into the habit of adding captions. This is not for aesthetics. It's literally for TikTok to know your SEO. That's where you are going to copy paste your hashtag. It used to be that you just add like 2 or 3 hashtags and then a few little keywords with all of the fun updates. TikTok wants to be taken serious. They don't want to be just a dancing platform. They want to be an information-based platform that people see value. Write your description, write your recipe, write your step-by-step.
We're going to work smarter. Remember, we're going to start repurposing too. Okay, so, and this can help you not only with your ideation, but maybe if you're not a Notion girly, you can go ahead and focus on creating your own thing on your Google or your notes or whatever you want to create it on. You can literally talk to it and you could say something like, tell me 16 content ideas for entrepreneurs struggling with TikTok and growing their audience. They sell digital products and want to grow their confidence on camera. The more specific you are, the better, and I love that it's integrated. So let's see what the AI comes up with. There you go. I already love it. Tips for creating engagement content. Cool. Ways to use TikTok to boost your digital product sales. So that's the type of content that I can create. Number 15, how to handle negative comments on your TikTok videos. That's a really good one because you might get haters on there. Number 16, do's and don'ts for your digital products for entrepreneurs. I love it. So this alone, and I can elaborate. If I want to elaborate on this, I could say something like, write me a script for this and 5 bullet points for the woman millennial entrepreneur. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so TikTok do's and don'ts for digital product entrepreneurs. Do create authentic and engaging content. Do use hashtags strategically. Don't forget to engage with your followers. Don't only rely on selling. Remember, TikTok is primarily entertainment. I like that. Do optimize your profile. So that's pretty basic, but I can put my own twist on that. The point is, you can use something like this to really start brainstorming on those Sundays that you just need to sit down because those are your only days off. Sit down and just think about a whole bunch of content, and at least you have it. So when you do have a moment, you can record TikTok do's and don'ts for XYZ or whatever your niche is. Another thing I like about this planner is the fact that I gave you, drum roll please, I gave you my 100 video hooks, and it's right in the content planner, so make sure that you click the link below. And this is just amazing. Okay, so listen, I gave you like a quick little rundown about why hooks are so important, and then I give you the examples. For example, here's how you common practice or strategy before you, whatever it is that you do. Here's how you record a video. Here's how you script your video before you even try to create a TikTok. Does that make sense? So you can go through this, and you know what? I should probably move the hook. Yeah, there you go. I moved the hook to the example. I think the biggest thing that you have to understand is not only to not overthink this, but truly to enjoy what you're doing. Because if you love this niche or your product that you're selling, it's not gonna be hard to talk about it. Go into your videos as if you're FaceTiming people. I don't want you to overthink this, because this next section is all about live video, and it's essential to your business. If you followed all of this stuff, you should already have 1,000 followers. That needs to be your very first thing. Live video is essential. No matter what, do it. Like, there is no excuse for you not to. Live video is something that you need. So let's talk about how you're gonna go live, the step-by-step.
Before we even get into that, I do want to remind you, you need 1,000 followers before you are able to go live on TikTok. The very first thing that you need to know when you go live, on the bottom, you're going to go live right here on that plus sign. You will touch that, and then where it says camera, templates, all of that, you'll be able to press live. Here is the things that you need to focus on when you're about to go live. Number one, your title. Make sure that you click your title. Next, it's really up to you what you want to be categorized as. Right here where it says learn, I do like to pick something specifically because you have to understand that TikTok is so smart, and if you give it all the right reasons to SEO, why search engine optimize, then it will put you in front of even more right ideal clients. I'm not going to go too much into all of the buttons. I just want to show you your buttons that you need to focus on, the areas. The next thing I want you to know is the settings. It's right here, essential. I'm going to show you in a moment why. So number one, your moderators, if you want to add a friend. The next thing, please remember to always put your live intro. Every time I go live, this is the intro, unless I have to change it. Hello and welcome. Don't forget to follow. Come hang out with me. Let's talk about making money online. And I have said, P.S., I lost my voice, but it's okay. As you can hear, my voice is a little raspy. I've lost it for the past 3 days. And it's just kind of a heads up. I usually always have something here, and I can put any intro on there. Okay, so that's on settings. The next thing that I want you to focus on is share, because this is something that you're going to be able to share to your followers, especially if you have like a guest or something. Once you are ready, you can go live. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to end it in a moment, but see, when I go live, there it says that welcome message. While you're live, making sure to interact with your audience. So I'm going to show you one thing. When you're here on the bottom, right there, you go on more. Once you go on more, here's a few things that you need to focus on. Where it says flip camera, this is something that I was so confused by. That's where the flip camera is. When you're going back and forth, you can also do mirror your video. So if I'm like this and I go back to these 3 dots, the mirror your video, see, now it's the other way. So it's really up to you what you want to do right here on the bottom. Let me go back to the mirror. I like it like that. Those are a few of the features of live video. When you're going live, use these features in order to get the highest engagement. You guys are going to be on my YouTube channel. So thanks. Your ended your live. I'm going to give you tangibles to do while you are in live. Here are all of your stats, your viewers, how many people shared it. And I love that it kind of tells you like how many minutes you streamed, all of that stuff. Another thing that happens is that once you're done with the live video and people were on there interacting, there's something called hosts you may want to follow. And it gives you all of the people that came on live. It tells you like, this is the top viewer, this is the top gifter, all of that, which is beautiful to continue building your audience. You could totally interact with them. You also have a replay, which I love. It's automatic. You could download it, chop it up, making it to reels, shorts, all of that. This is a game changer and it does take a while to download, but you could totally do that. See, it says in progress. So that's the actual buttons of how to go live, the actual interaction and goal behind your live video. With TikTok, really focusing on value. I know that word gets thrown around. People are not buying any more information. They can find information anywhere. Most likely, people are giving even more information than you are for free. What they're buying is access to you. When you come on and give live tips of whatever you're talking about, or you can work out with them, cook with them, just come on and talk about nothing. That is why, because TikTok is heavily pushing live video to the For You page, to the Explore page. People that are not following you are getting thrown new live videos. Started off with 5-minute lives, and now today I was able to do an hour and a half just talking, and my people were interacting with me. One of them bought my program. This is what you want. If you're a fitness instructor, why not show your workouts? Why not get on the treadmill if you're doing an uphill walk and talk about something? Talk about your pre-workout snacks right before you're creating your snack, before you're going to work out, or while you take your pre-workout, talking to them about 5 ways to maintain your muscle during the summer, during the winter. If you're a hairstylist, show me what you're doing, creating dimension with the colors that you're mixing. Clearly, I'm not a hairstylist. If you're an esthetician, creating different live streams for a certain type of facial, or if you use some sort of special light or laser, like this is why you need to do live video. You can go 0 to 100 as far as followers, is that you're gonna attract people because it's so simple. TikTok constantly says, are you ready to follow hosts? And all they have to do is press a button. This is not Instagram. You need to use live stream to your advantage, especially if you are selling a product or service. Go live while you're packing, while you're creating, while you're making all of that stuff. Make them part of the journey and interact with them. Hey, Maria, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking. Make sure that you follow because we come live every single day at 6 p.m. Don't forget to follow. Let's get to tip number 2. Hey, don't forget to follow. We're going to get to the next tip. But before you do, please share this with one person that you think about when we're talking about XYZ. Use this to your advantage. Go live on TikTok and watch your account get to the next level. Go live every day. Doesn't matter how long. It could be 1 minute. The point is go live for a week. The second week, you're going to go live for 5 minutes minimum. If you've been live for 5 minutes, go 10 minutes. Week 3, you're going to be intentional about what you're talking about, your product, your service, anything, and give a tip around that. Ask for feedback. And week 4, you're going to take them and tell them to download, purchase, buy, whatever.
I do need to talk to you about the biggest mistakes that you're making when it comes to TikTok, or you might be making. And guess what? This is going to be something that you need to be aware of before you start making it. Let me log in again because you know what? Everything's dying. Listen, we've been doing this video the whole entire day, okay? It's too fire. Let's talk about the TikTok mistakes. Focusing too much on your follower count. Although I did tell you that you're gonna get your first 10K, listen, if you focus on everything I just told you, you will get there no matter what. Especially the consistency and getting in front of the camera every single day, you will get better. I don't know if I've ever showed you my very first live video. It was bad, yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm super excited. Thank you for joining us today. We're just gonna wait a few more minutes so everyone can go ahead and log on. While we wait, I just want to thank everyone for making this extra time to be able to join us. I'm sure that a lot of people are working off work or driving or whatever it is, they're trying to relax, but I really appreciate you guys being able to join us today. So for those of you who don't know me,
or my very first TikTok, I don't even think I can show you. No, thank you. Every single day I've been able to get better. Now it feels like nothing. Like I'm not even fazed by a live video. Number 2, if it's not optimized, optimize your profile. Clear bio will be the determining factor if you're gonna get a sale or not. Let's just be honest. And remember, going back to those relevant links, don't have 700 links on there. Nobody is going to click on something. Number 3, creating content that is not aligned with your target niche or target audience. If you just want to have fun posting, if you just want to post your dog and your plants, that's okay. I'm talking about if you're trying to make this a business and monetize, get to that 4, 5, 6 figure mark. Number 4 is ignoring the importance of evergreen content. We talked about evergreen, what that means, what that looks like. Having that evergreen / educational content should be part of your strategy, and that way you don't burn out. Remember, number 5, use all the features that TikTok is telling you to use. Why not use the captions? It's an extra step. You're gonna post anyway. If you forget, it's not a big deal. There's plenty of videos that have gone viral. Just do it. And you can test out what is working for your personal audience. Not following a consistent schedule will also get you to the road of burnout. Why not push yourself a little bit more? Instead of watching Bridgerton, instead of watching all of those extra shows that you know that you've been binging, why not just post an extra video? And number 7, failing to plan when you're first starting. Once you get the rhythm of it, you may not need a planner. Maybe you can just open your phone and talk about whatever it is you need to talk about. But when you're first starting and you're exploring, that's gonna help you track, like, oh cool, this is the video with this hook that I was able to truly focus on. Looking at your analytics will definitely be that next step. Once you've mastered, once you've gotten to that 10K, those analytics are going to be that next step. Looking at how many follows did I get from this video? How many shares did I get from this video? How many comments on all of these essential parts of your video? All I want you to do is get your first 1,000, then your 5,000, and then your 10,000 followers so you can get all of the different perks. When it comes to TikTok, it's essential that you start building that confidence in front of the camera. You cannot expect to get better if you don't practice, but if you truly want to take your confidence to that next level, specifically on camera, then make sure that you watch this next video. Bye.